Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance. My name is Eric, or Percival, and we are going to be playing, for fun, Tainted Isaac. And let's just jump into it. Okay, well, I mean, normally I would say something like, I would start out by explaining exactly how Tainted Isaac works, and etc, but if you recall in our last run, we have Eden's Blessing, which gave us Godhead for free. And Godhead is pretty powerful. Godhead was one of those items that was extremely difficult to unlock, and still continues to be very difficult to unlock. I want to say you needed to get X number of completion marks against late game bosses, end game bosses, things of that nature with these characters, with every character. I want to say the original game was every character. So I unlocked Godhead back when the Lost was not changed, like before it actually had the Holy Mantle, things like that. So we're just gonna start with Godhead for free, and Godhead has a damaging aura, essentially stapled to homing, an increased tears rate. Now this is a perfect example of how Tainted Isaac works. Is you only get so many items. You can have 8 at a time unless you get Birthright. And perhaps more importantly, every item is going to be a carousel where you have to choose one of 2 passives, or one of 2 items. You can have an active running, but yeah, I don't think we want either of those. If we happen to get an additional bomb, then we can get it, and we did. We'll just save this for later. We're not going to pick up this soul heart right away because we want to save it for the next floor. Yeah, we do not want glass cannon because some people already know how I feel about glass cannon. I don't think glass cannons are very good. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna make another one of my tongue-in-cheek little like, oh, anyone can win with such and such, like my other videos. Anyone can win with Tainted Bethany. Anybody could win with the Tainted Greed. Yeah, but this isn't gonna prove anything because we started with Godhead. You know, not that we're gonna automatically win because we started with Godhead, but you know what I'm saying. It kind of takes some of the stank out of it for me to say something like that when we started with one of the most broken items in the game right out the get-go. Someone trying to text me? Please stop it. Now we still can't get complacent, and we're still going to try our best to optimize this run, but basically one of our 6, one of our 8 items is always going to be Godhead. There's absolutely no reason not to keep Godhead. What do we want here? I actually don't really want Cube of Meat. I feel like we need the stuff, actually. As crazy as that sounds, I think we want the stuff. I think we want the stuff. I don't see a good way to get that bone heart, although we would love to have it. I'm gonna take this. We are gonna try to check every store on the way down because, well, why would we do that? Because we would like to. Okay, well, I guess we're not gonna get Diplopia. We would like to buy Birthright if we get the chance to. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to also check and see if there's a key. No. Yeah, you've been in the store enough times, you should know by now. Do I want to open one of these gold chests? Not really. Yeah, you know what? YOLO. That's what the kids say, right? They say YOLO. YOLO! They don't say that. $3 cents? Yeah. How many times are we going to see something like Diplopia, for goodness sakes? Diplopia is great. Obviously, we would like to get 15 cents again, as I just got finished saying that we would like to buy Birthright. Now, the question that should be going through people's minds every time that they play on floor 2 is, are we going to take a devil deal? You know, is it going to be worth taking a devil deal? Or should we skip it and try to get an angel deal? And typically, I'm a big fan of the angel deals, even though they're more defensive. Especially with characters like these, where you have more control over what, you know, over the items that you could take. Like, we are going to get an item carousel in theory. We could choose between one of 2 items at least, bare minimum. We would like to get a bomb. A La Bamba. You know what, we'll fight the boss, we're here already. I think during one of our earlier episodes, I said something to the effect of, you don't have to be the best player in order to unlock everything for every character. And I didn't realize how true that actually was. Because like one thing that I realized is that, yeah, I mean, if people really were strapped and they really just wanted to get all the unlocks done for all the characters, all you have to do is play as Tainted Cain and just, you know, get the clicker, you know, craft the clicker. I mean, you break the game with Tainted Cain. It takes forever. It takes like, you know, an hour to 2 hours. You give yourself a bunch of items. And then you could even craft death certificate. You get whatever you want with Tainted Cain. And then you go into the death certificate room, you use the clicker, and you change to whatever other character. You could even probably do a little mini break in the, ooh. It's like Dogtooth. This is where the secret room is. Ooh. Dogtooth is going to make that little wolf howl sound, informing us that there is a secret room adjacent to the room where the sound is made. Yeah, and then so you just use the clicker with Tainted Cain in order to change yourself to whatever character you want the completion marks on. And at that point you'll have however many million passive items, you know, infinite health. You can give yourself everything. You can give yourself like magic mush, the halo, cricket's head, rock bottom. What do we want? Do we want any of these things? Yeah. You know, I like Spider Mod. We originally were thinking about bombing the room that has all those consumables in it, this one right here, just so that we can get the free bombs and the free key or whatever. But, we have one key. Now see, the danger, obviously, of this character is that you can often find yourself in a situation where we only have room for 2 more items at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like, whatever our next 2 items are, they're gonna have to be amazing. With that being said, we already got the payout from the box. We don't necessarily need, you know, Wolf Tooth. We don't really need necessarily Charmed Tears. And anytime that you get an HP upgrade, like Breakfast or whatever, something to keep in mind is that it's not going to take the HP away if you decide to pick up a different item. You just get to keep the HP, and then you could use the carousel to cycle out. And you could make the carousel like this, by the way. Yeah, Black Candle. Black Candle BFF. I think we do want Black Candle. I think we do. And if we absolutely must, you know, we will use Diplopia to get those 2 sacks. In fact, I'm gonna buy this. Yeah, right, whatever. I probably should have left that bomb on the floor. But whatever, you know. Spider-Mod actually froze that globe and shrunk. Man, Spider-Mod is acting up a little bit right now. It's like, I'm good. Put me on the team, coach. I'm good. I'm good. Ideally, right, we would walk into the Angel deal and find something really amazing that we could copy with Utopia. I don't know what that would be that we would want two of it, but Deadeye. Deadeye is sick. Deadeye is sick with homing. Deadeye is going to increase our damage based on every shot that we shoot that does not miss. I'm gonna admit that it's a little bit annoying that Dogtooth like constantly procs like every adjacent room that you're in. I mean, I know what it's trying to do is trying to tell you there's a secret room there, but it's like every room. Now I might have to get rid of it. We don't have the bombs anyway for it to be like for us to capitalize on it. There's almost no point in us having Dogtooth. But the next item that's going to get swapped out is going to be the box. Now, we already got the items from the box. Now, we would love to get a tears up. You know, because 2.13 tears per second is not good. It's not good. Not ideal. It's gonna be my favorite Rag Mega. Let's go. It's Mr. Invincibility Frames himself. Take perfection. No, we won't. Speed up, please. For those of you wondering, if you pick up the box again, it's not going to give you the pickups, the consumables. It's just going to, you know, be the box. Alright. So now we're capped out. The next item to go is going to be Dogtooth. I don't like that that charming effect made him make a beeline for us, right for our face. I don't appreciate that. Right? So the ultimate question here is this as powerful as we get? Hopefully it's not, you know, hopefully at one point we find a really good tier up or a really good passive that's going to help us break things. You know, because we don't need eyeshadow, we don't need Dogtooth, we definitely don't need Icicle Baby, which is that item down there. We're perfectly okay with some of the damage that we've received so far. So we're not getting rid of Godhead, we're not getting rid of Deadeye. I would say our wiggle room items are... Yeah, we'll gamble on this. Our wiggle room items are Dogtooth, Black Candle, kinda Spider-Mod, kinda, unfortunately. Yeah, we don't need that. We'd rather have the light damage upgrade. This is interesting. Oh, nice. But not quite good enough. If we get a bomb, we'll come back. I've been having some serious issues with bombs. Like, where's the bombs? I've been praying for a bomb, like, ow. Like, every single floor.
Well, you should just use Diplopia. Just use Diplopia and get the bombs like floor 2.
Yeah, but we've been barely scraping by with the keys, like, almost. Fortunately, that is not what we wanted to see. this sack. There we go. So the question is, do we Diplopia now? No. We're gonna wait. The reason why we want birth rate so badly from the shop is because birthright will extend our item pool to like 10 items. It allows us to carry 10 items total. Obviously, I don't have to tell you why that's powerful for a character like Tainted Isaac, because we can only have 8. Is it 10 items? I think it's more than that actually. I think it's a lot. I think it's like 16 or something like that. Like it doubles our items. Something like that. That's far more. Gotta tell you, man. Bighorn has been just getting one shot off on me every fight lately. Take Latchkey for the keys. We don't really need the luck. I'm gonna go back to this room over here and we're going to actually bomb for these chests. We did not get our angel deal still, by the way. 75% miss. So that's good. I was debating about whether or not we want to Diplopia these chests. Ignore that. And I realized that that we accidentally picked up Sagittarius instead of an actual Tears Up. That's because I forgot what character I was playing. And we'll just go down. I mean, whatever. We're doing okay right now. Like we're almost powerful enough to be able to. Yeah, no. We're almost powerful enough to be able to beat some of the late game bosses already with what we have going. Just because Deadeye is carrying us with Godhead. Yeah, if we didn't have Godhead right now, maybe it would have been. Actually, I would say for sure we know it would have been far more difficult and far less convincing of a performance on my end. I mean, I'm walking face first into fires, but I'm a little exhausted today. But I'm still gonna do my best to showcase this character to the best of my ability. Because I actually do like Tainted Isaac. I think Tainted Isaac is an interesting idea. People can sort of beg the question, so which items would you take to the end? You know, if you could choose 8 items out of your run, what 8 items would you take? We do want the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is going to cause more cards to appear. You know, suddenly you care a lot more about which item specifically you're taking. That's not what we wanted to see. We really, really want to, right? The good news is that, right, the Polaroid and the, what am I trying to say? Yeah, the Polaroid and the negative do not count towards the items you need. So Edmund McMillan, the creator of this game, did us all a solid by making it so that we don't have to allot space for something like the Polaroid. That would have been really mean. Like, if you wanted to go far into the late game, you'd have to have an extra space open. Just not nice, man. The World Breaker. It is kind of getting to the point where we're not sure exactly what we're expecting to find in these rooms. I actually don't think we need all the speed that we have. can easily get by with 1.5. And there's still room for improvement here in this run. Like, we still have lots of spots that are not must-have items. You know, so can you win a run with just 8 items? Yeah, you could win a run. I don't want to say easily because, you know, we have some truly amazing items in our inventory. We have Deadeye, we have Godhead, we have Spider-Bot, we have, you know, Black Candle. And finally we get our angel deal. And we're gonna check it. It's the soul, immaculate, not immaculate, yeah, that's immaculate heart. So we can give ourselves 2 choices here, and I think I will, because I think that we don't really care at this point. Oh, what? This one's different? Actually, that could be huge, because Void is an active item. And we can just use Void to give ourselves stats instead of actually picking up our limited items. So if it's an item we don't need, we could just Void it. And so we will take Void. If you don't know what I mean by that, I mean you can literally just Void these passive items to give yourself stats, for example, like so. And we needed that. We got tier rate. We are going to swap out... What should we swap out? Sorry, Spider Mod. You're going to get swapped out for Consolation Prize. Actually, do we want a Consolation Prize or do we want meat? I think Consolation Prize is still the play. And do we get to keep our tiers? Welcome back, Spider Mod. So it looks like Consolation Prize is not going to... If we give it up, it's not going to remove our tier rate, which is fantastic. Learn something new every day. And I think we're good. Although I'm going to... Oh, it was a greed fight in the store. Never mind. I was going to check the store for a battery. Battery? Yeah. For a battery. But it was a greed fight. I got so excited about finding Void in the deal that I forgot that we could fight the angel statue for angel deal chance, but whoopsie doopsie, mistakes happen. I'm gonna increase our chances here. You can already see how much more powerful you get after you just get even as little as a +1 tier up, 1 more tier per second with something like Godhead and Sagittarius. You know, the bullets go through the targets because of Sagittarius. And because they go through the targets, the Godhead aura simply continues, you know, to strike our targets. Which is fantastic. You know, a big problem that some people have with Godhead is that it the aura stops after a certain, you know, after it strikes a target. It stops. Let's see. What do we want? Unfortunately, you know, I think that little homie's gotta go, unfortunately. We'll keep Spider Mod. We'll keep Spider Mod for now. We'll buy Dreamcatcher. Actually, you know what? We don't need them. It's a shame, but it's true. I don't think we need either of them. We're gonna void them both for stats. Yeah, I mean, look at that, right? We get another tier up, 2 more points of damage, a little bit faster moving tiers, which is not great for Godhead, but, you know, so be it. And we're rock and rolling now. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need it. I know some people would get really bored with Void because they say Void is just, you know, it's that item that you don't need to try so hard to break. But the truth is that I find Void to be pretty interesting because you have to make the call. You have to make the decision of whether or not an item is worth taking, or if you're just going to avoid it for stats. You don't know what stats you're going to get. You know, you might get speed, you might get tears rate, you might get tier speed. You don't know. You know, not to mention, it's just kind of nice to have a sink for. It's just kind of nice to have a sink for items that you know you're not going to use. And I actually would go as far as to say that I think this run is powerful enough that we could actually try to showcase a run towards the alternate ending in this run. It's been a long time since I've fought. Oops, I guess that was Butterbean that I voided. For those of you that don't know, if you void an active item, it actually just gets sucked into Void, and then it starts activating it every time you use Void. So that's cool. I'm gonna kill this guy. That's better. I don't remember where I think the secret room is. I guess technically it could be here. Although I don't believe that it could be adjacent to the cursed room, actually. So for those of you that don't know, this door here manifests after a certain amount of play, and basically this sends you to an alternate ending path. And if I can, I will show it to you. There's no point in making a withdrawal just in case we find ourselves, you know, stuck with no money in the next shop. We'll just hold off on it. And basically the way that you access that room is you need to beat Mom.
Isaac!
Take the negative. It doesn't matter which one we take. And then normally, you may notice that normally, right, you cannot get out of here. There's no doors that leave. And some people already know this trick from before even Repentance, but you could just full card out. And we're going to go pick up our world card. We're going to bomb some of these in the hopes that we get a black card. You could just leave the room. You could just leave the room. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, if you blow up this guy, he blows you up. I hate those things. Sometimes they predict you. Sometimes they're predictive. Where could the secret room be? Here? Black Lotus and 99 bombs. I think we're gonna take Black Lotus. And we'll switch back to Dreamcatcher because now it won't take the HP away. And it gave us some free HP. Shout out to all the Magic the Gathering players out there. I'm a Magic the Gathering player myself. Surprise, surprise. I don't have a Black Lotus though. So this door, as soon as you have the negative or the Polaroid, you just simply touch it. And it opens up a door to one of the alt path rooms called the Mausoleum. And Dreamcatcher was showing us there what item's going to be in the item room, as well as the boss, if there was a boss in this floor. We have the compass, so we can see generally where we have to go. This is the mausoleum. This is an alt path style floor. Enemies are going to be slightly different. These guys shoot homing brimstone beams. We're not going to go in here. Oh, that was a tinted rock, actually. Sweet. I'm so good at this game. Let's go to the store. Purple globe and split into a bunch of pieces. Now, obviously, before anyone says, like, the only reason this is happening is because of Godhead, you're absolutely right, but we would also never have gone down this way if it wasn't for Godhead. I would never have considered trying to fight the Beast, or Dogma, for that matter. Got a PhD, mom's purse, but no birthright. So what we have is what we're doing. It is at this point that I would strongly consider cutting Black Candle or even the compass from our list. We don't need either one. So on the way back up, I will consider doing that. And we will use Void to get stats. Ooh, this is a fun room. Yeah, I got these jerk faces in here that protect all the other enemies, these fear turrets. Stop you from shooting if you stay in the aura for too long. And some people might be wondering, well, why did you not go into that item room on this floor? You can see it, you have the compass. Well, the main reason for that is that we're going to see it on the way back up. Some people might say, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean on the way back up? The way that we're going to get to the alternate endgame boss, for those of you that don't know, is we, the player, are going to slowly crawl back up the levels, all the way back up into a very secret place. Very secret room. And yeah, we're just gonna put 9 cents back in. I was thinking about bombing the thing so that we could void these passes for stats, but forget about it. We don't need it. You know, we might not be playing super tight today, but I should still have the ability to beat the beast, what we have going on, even with these items. Even with essentially 2 or so kind of leaked items, they're not necessarily the best. I'm going to drop this leg here.
Spent it. It's gone. Just
It
get
changes
over
into
it.
a cracked key.
What do you mean it's gone?
Now we're gonna get all the secrets
How
today. I'm
could
gonna
you
show
have
you guys.
spent our savings?
I'm gonna show you guys some of the secrets to this alt path for those of you who might be struggling or don't know how to get to the beast. And the items, everything jar. Golden teleporter, these other 2. I'm just gonna avoid them, and that's kind of a shame. I probably should have just taken analog stick. I know it is a tears up, but so now, like the wound, any damage that we take is going to be essentially doubled. Or everything is dealing a full heart of damage to us. We didn't get to see more than our 1 angel deal. Kind of unfortunate, but true. I like to think that even if we did see our angel deal, like more than one,
Self-destructive.
that we would have
and
just gotten
disturbed,
Godhead anyway.
Just like his father. Look at who he has to look up to.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes Void can do that, where it just says,
Shut up, man.
"Hey, here you go.
Just keep pushing me.
Have
like
shot
this. I'm
speed."
leaving.
Good.
I don't want shot speed game.
We'll
I
be
want,
fine
you know,
without you.
more luck.
Abandon us
Yeah, I
like
want
you
damage. I
abandoned
want tear
yourself.
rate. Void can give that to us. He's just choosing not to. Yeah, we don't need that. Maybe we'll walk into a room where we do, but. Oh, muddy. Yeah, we don't need to fight enemies anymore. Let's see. Okay, so there's another cracked key in here. So I could demonstrate what the cracked key usually does. Is you can use it to unlock these red door frames you see before you. Into like this extra red rooms. And sometimes these red rooms could be like additional item rooms, additional treasure rooms, additional shops, crazy things like that. We are going to avoid the belt. Or I guess technically, if we wanted to, we could void the compass, since we won't be needing the compass anymore. Yeah, you know what we don't need? We don't need... Actually, does Black Candle give stats? No. So we'll void Black Candle. We thank Black Candle for stopping us from having curses, but... Yeah, see, there we go. Now we're talking. More damage and more tears. Exactly what I was talking about. Because people have to remember, we're still fighting endgame bosses at the end of this. It's not like we already beat the game. We certainly have not beat the game yet. Did I really not come in this room? Well, all right. I mean, we could take Ipecac, but I don't think that's a good idea. Ipecac for me has the tendency to I tend to hurt myself with it. But Tech Zero is also fantastic. Tech Zero will create a chain of lightning. Because we have piercing, it's even better. Now see on this alt path, some of the enemies have changed. Bomb flies are bigger. These things are more dangerous versions of the enemies that we've seen before. And I'm going to leave these rooms so that I do not get hit by extra nonsense. I'm going to avoid the compass. More damage even. Man, we're kind of balling out of control now with how much damage we have. 21 points of damage with the Godhead aura. Or I guess it's not always 21, but even 10 at base is phenomenal. And people have to remember, it's going to be high like that a lot. Because we have Deadeye and we have
You
Homing.
need to repent. You need to confess your sins
How many
and become
trinkets did we leave on the
saved.
floor?
Let his light inside you cleanse your
You
soul.
are insane. You are taking
You were insane.
Can't you hear how you sound?
Pray
Sound.
with us. Pray for your salvation. Come, pray with us, Isaac.
And everybody knows that prayer will solve it, you know. Prayer will solve your alcohol addiction. It'll solve everything. You know. I'm gonna avoid this. You know, and no disrespect to anybody who believes in prayer. I understand that prayer has its benefits. It has its times when being pensive and having faith in higher power has its benefits. You know, especially, I guess, and then here's the truth, especially in terms of things like you have an addiction problem. Leaning on faith can be a boon for you, or for anyone, not just that you. Not saying you have a problem. You know what I mean. some of these more pressing issues, people have to be willing to do a little bit of the work themselves as well, and not just be like, if I pray hard enough, then the issue will solve itself. Typically not how it works. Give yourself the strength. Give yourself the ability to solve the issues. You can. The ability to do things yourself. What's that really cheesy quote that people always say? Be the change you want to see in the world. There's some truth to that. There's definitely some truth to that. I'm a big believer in, people having an idea about what they would like to do as far as the betterment of the world of even their own personal community. I'm gonna at least try to find the item room because there's a chance we left something that we can play. Oh. I guess that does bounce off the wall, doesn't it? So we're back in basement 2. We're gonna make our way back up.
Where are you going? Wait! He needs you! Your son needs you!
Your son needs you.
I just can't do this anymore. I'm sorry.
Please don't leave us!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my boy. My boy! Oh. We're gonna play this judgment in the hopes that it, I hope this doesn't kill him, but... Okay. Well, we were going to play him in the hopes that he dropped a HP up that we could void, but... Like I said, that's not gonna happen. Okay. So obviously the story implications of what's going on behind the scenes is, either we're waking up or something like that, or we're coming back up out of our dream state into what we believe to be our home. This is our home. On some inns you could bomb this and there's a crawl space underneath. There is none, signifying that this is real. We're really here. Now, some people don't always realize that there's an additional red door here, and when you drop trinkets on the floor on the way during our ascent, the reason why they turn into cracked keys is so that you can open this specific door. And sometimes in this room, not sometimes, every time that you don't have a tainted character, like say you beat this game with Isaac, then this would be where you would unlock Tainted Isaac. Or if you're at Judas, this is where you get Tainted Judas. But if you don't, you already have it rather, then this would be Inner Child, which is basically extra life. Yeah, that's a fantastic effect, and we will trade Dreamcatcher for it. And I don't really think that we want to trade any of these other items out for Inner Child, unfortunately. We're just gonna have to hope, right, that we're strong enough to win with what we have. Because Inner Child will give us one more hit, but I think we're strong enough to win with what we have. So I'm just going to void. I'm going to void this room. Additional tears rate, phenomenal. And here we go. You sleep in the bed. Huh. It's nighttime now. Come back into this room. It looks like Mom was watching some TV. Some good old Christian broadcast. Very important to immediately move down at the beginning of this fight. Otherwise you will get hit by dog bugs. spotting you. Obviously, this dogma fight boss is the embodiment of the corrupting nature of the Christian broadcast. Bomb contact is freezing our target. Not the cleanest dogma fight I've ever played. There she be. Let's go. This is where we get to face off with the Harbingers. Come down. Yeah, we are extremely powerful. The reason why we have this halo of tears is because of Immaculate Heart. And obviously it's making this feel of just death because of Tech Zero. Making it very difficult for any one of these enemies to survive for very long. We did take a hit there, but because this final fight allows us to hit, it gives us essentially one proc of the Holy Card, the Holy Mantle, we did not actually take damage. Man, we are very powerful. We are. And I mean, people laugh at the whole Diplopia play because they're like, yeah, you're only going to get to make one additional choice from that angel deal. But at the end of the day, because we did that and it gave us Void, we've been able to use Void to kind of circumvent the weaknesses of this character and just give ourselves stats. Mom's not bigger. I'm messing with me a little bit there. You've got bombs, they will hit Beast on the way down. Yeah, we're not going to even take a hit.
Then suddenly, the sky above cracked open, and a white beam of light reached down into the earth, smiting the mother of harlots asunder, and setting the blood lake to a boil. As the beast descended down into the lake of fire, Isaac ascended towards the crack in the sky, and as he flew, he could see echoes of his past before him. He saw his mother mourning the loss of her son. He saw his father leaving them without turning to.
He saw his father going to pick up the chicken nugget lunch,
and his father
6-piece from Wingstop.
He heard the late night fights they had that kept him up at night. and the guilt he felt for what he believed he was
The
causing.
sadness in his heart from wanting
He
to
felt
buy
the
some
pain
sweet,
in his
delicious,
stomach during
breaded,
those sleepless nights,
boneless
and saw his shadow in the closet waiting for him.
mango habanero.
As he rose, he felt his fears drop from his body.
Spicy
His
wings.
shame, his worry, pulled
I'm
from
hungry,
his
guys.
being. As he became lighter, his ascent became faster. He saw his one true companion alive and well.
No, it's
He saw
Guppy.
his mother and father together again, holding each other. He felt his mother kissing him on the head after he had said his prayers, and the comfort in knowing someone was watching over him. He saw his own birth, and the faces of his parents filled with joy and optimism. And then he saw nothing. Are you sure this is how you want this story to end, Isaac? You're the one writing it. It doesn't have to end this way. Here, how about we tell it a different way? Maybe a happy ending?
Okay, Daddy.
Good. Are you getting sleepy yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so Isaac and his parents lived in a small house on the top of a hill.
And there you have it, folks. That's one of the new alternate endings in Repentance, featuring the alt path up the ascent, fighting the beast, fighting Dogma on Tainted Isaac. And I gotta say, it's all because Eden's Blessing started us with Godhead, one of the most powerful, definitely a contender for the best damaging item in the game. So I want to thank you for joining me today. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you guys later. So long.